Well, hey, how y'all doing out there today? Listen, it's that time of the month again, and y'all know that I'm gonna bring out the People's Tribune and show y'all. Uh, Absolutely, my most favorite publication. This is a free thinkers newspaper, and we need more free thinking. We need more interaction with each other, our brothers and sisters in the street, our brothers and sisters in the corporate world, our brothers and sisters all around. We need to talk about what's going on, and this is what the People's Tribune does. But listen, y'all, I want to tell you something personal, especially about the homeless issue and the water issue. I have been uh, whatever they call it these days. I have fought for clean water most of my adult life. I was raised in the South where water was clean. I could drink from creeks my whole life. So when I saw other people affected by corporate greed, like companies like Nestle and Big Oil, just ruining people's clean water. I'm living in West Virginia right now, and some places I can have clean water, and some places it's completely toxic. This is insane to me, so I fought for this. But in saying that, I realized that I was up against a lot. Society and the way things were really got me upset to a point to where I felt I needed to step away from this. And while I'm not going to give you my personal story, this is why the homeless issue with the People's Tribune and the way they keep up with it with the water issue keep me involved in this publication. This is why you need to have a subscription to this newspaper, y'all. I can literally take the last year and put them on the wall and tack them up against the wall and see a pattern in what's going on in this country. This publication is telling this story by using the people involved in the story. We have heard from homeless people. We have heard from people in Flint. We have heard from people here in West Virginia. We have heard from we the people. We're crying out, and we have a voice, and it's called the People's Tribune, y'all. Now listen, I'm going to tell you real quick because my gear's messed up right now, and I might not be able to put all the bells and whistles at the bottom. People's Tribune, one word, peoplestribune.org, all in small letters, peoplestribune.org. Please go there, see what their work is about if you don't already know, and please subscribe because your subscription is very important right now because y'all, we're at some really critical times, and the work that these people have put together, that those of us that live in this world, and those of us that see it and want to help with it, we have put together many things, and I think it's time that we go a step further. I think it's time that we go to the streets and talk to people in the streets, as we have been, but from a different perspective, from a perspective of solution. Because I think when networks or advertise people, and by the way, the People's Tribune is not sold out to advertisers, so they speak the truth. They are not afraid to speak the truth. But in saying that, they're a very honorable and reputable publication. They want to know that they're speaking the truth, so they don't bounce around. They don't talk talking points. It's not like some political paper. So I just want to get that straight. What I'm getting at is somebody needs to go to the street that understands this, where a lot of people may not consider me homeless or somebody that lives at home a homeless person. Many of us have stepped away or have been pushed away by this society. We're not a part of it, yet we the people, and we know this. I've often told people that the only difference between me and a homeless person on the street is I decided to put my tent by a meadow. You see what I'm saying? And not on a sidewalk. So I'm hoping that I get a chance myself to ask some serious, hard questions to people in the streets, my brothers and sisters, my kind, and my kin, because we're all the same and we're all brothers and sisters. And I want some real answers from the source of the problem, the source of the issue. Because something has become a problem, and somehow, whether it's the loss of jobs, I just think it's because society has nothing really to offer, and we really know this. But let's find out. So we're going to have some solutions, because y'all, the one thing that really broke my heart in this issue, and this is why I want you to subscribe to this publication, because these people don't pull any punches. This last page just broke my heart. Let me get it in there. This might be reading backwards. Let me just say it real quick. Police have killed 3 men a day in the U.S. since 2012. We know this. Any of you that know me know that I am not only outspoken against police violence. I do have a solution, that we hire mayors that get police chiefs, that we vet these officers. But today, 3 men are being killed a day since 2012. And the mix in the color, you can throw that out there. It seems to be more white men are being shot, but there's more white men. By the numbers, the sheer rate is young black men being shot and unarmed. These are police homicides, by the way. 3 police homicides a day. Not killings, not defending themselves. Where they wind up seeming, anyway, it winds up seeming like they were defending themselves after the court, don't it? We know we have no justice here. We know that causing no peace, it may not be the solution. But here's what I fear, brothers and sisters. And I don't mind saying this because I usually keep my People's Tribune, this humble contribution. I begging, not begging, but asking y'all to be smart and begging you to think and to go to a free thinkers page where you can be interactive with. But I'm afraid, I'm afraid that some of this police violence is going to start going more and more towards the homeless community since it is bigger. I'm not a what-if person, and I definitely do not live in fear. So I don't want anybody fearing this, but I think awareness, and I think talking about it now and into the fall. So I'm hoping that this fall, and around the middle of October or so, I can get to places like Chicago. I will talk to homeless people here in West Virginia, in Chicago, San Francisco, and from between Chicago and San Francisco along the way, any of you that have some input on how the homeless situation and our critical water situation, you have solutions for it. Like I said, some of us stepped away. So some of us may be able to go build somewhere and help others. Because I fear the cities. They don't have clean water. They don't really offer you anything but a trap. So I want to see this with my own eyes. I don't want to be judgmental. I want to be a brother that makes my decisions from knowledge. And I can only get knowledge and wisdom from you, we the people. So I'm coming out to the street to talk. I want to do it for the People's Tribune. I want to do it for people shot in the street. I want to do it for people that don't even know where their next meal's coming from. Because, see, the way I live, I chose it. And many people did not choose the way they live. So I want to find a solution for them. I also want to find a solution for myself and others like me where we can share land with people or just other ways of coexisting than what we've been offered. I know there's a problem, but we always try to look at the big problem. Have you ever noticed that, people? Have y'all ever noticed that? That when they want to talk about our issues, black issues, poor issues, homeless issues, they always want to talk about the whole thing. Let's talk about the whole homeless problem. No, that makes it too big to do anything about. That makes it overwhelming. That makes a lot of people talking about different things at the same time. We nitpick away at it, y'all. We harvest it like you do a field. You don't go out to a cornfield and just grab up every piece of corn at one time. You pick it one piece of corn at a time. We're going to have to take each tree in the forest and look at it. Because we can only see the forest. We can't even see the forest through the trees right now. So that means we're going to have to take each tree and take care of each tree. You see what I'm getting at? The People's Tribune do this. And really you need to see the way. I love the way that one publication blends into the next. Each issue blends into the next. It's the same thing. It's only different, and it's spoken in a way for you to be involved. For you to write them, for you to have stories. I went way overboard on time, but I wanted to just some names in here. Malcolm London, Alan Harris, and Andy Willis, a brother that's sick right now, and wrote this about Michelle should be here, talking about a sister whose woman was killed by Chicago police. These are real people. These are you. This is you. This is your paper. People's Tribune, one word, peoplestribune.org. Subscribe today. Not only enlighten yourself, but be a part. Be a part of the change that's coming whether we want it or not. Our brotherhood is here. We're winning the race war. Now we have to win the war to love our brother, all of our brothers. We got to get them out in the street. We got to do something. The People's Tribune, that's what they do. So think about it. Matter of fact, the only thing I'll ever tell you to do or ask you to do is subscribe. And if you don't like it, then back off. But I'm telling you, you will be a subscriber for life. You will find your home, your place with good people that know these issues. They are the people. peoplestribune.org. Subscribe. I love y'all. Peace. And at People's Tribune, again, thank you for another great issue, and thank you for what you do. I don't think y'all get enough shout-outs. Thank you for what you do, because without y'all, we the people would be without a good voice, and we need a good voice today. So thank you. Namaste. Peace, and don't live in fear. Y'all be good now.